This is a city of extremes. A city of darkness and light. Of vice and virtue. Of damnation and redemption. A city of villains and heroes.
Well, Mr. Caiman, it seems that your list of aliases is just one. Maniac. No doubt the inspiration for your costume today. I see our orderlies have a sense of humor today, dressing you in that relic. Mark, why don't we begin with you telling me, why are you here?
Because I'm a failure.
So, when the criminal known as Nightmare entered your life, he offered you the chance to commit an act of terrorism on this city. Why did you accept?
He invited me to be a part of his team. His entire plan would have fallen apart without me. I was the perfect missing piece to his brotherhood.
Uh-huh. Well, looking at the investigation report, your role in this was to assemble a broadcast smokescreen as a diversion to the actual crime. The theft of a prototype weapon from Vaughn Industries. Mark, if that was your entire role in this, why would they need you? Why you and not some other technical broadcast engineer?
They tore me apart in there. The doctors, the group therapy sessions, the visits from the feds, my girlfriend. I didn't think I could hold out much longer. I really didn't.
I'm Agent Rizzo with the NSA. I work with the Federal Internal Security Team. Well, guess we both know why you're here. Let me see if you can guess why I'm here.
I knew the jury would buy all that sentimental crap about me changing and becoming a better person. But hey, I know it's been a long 5 years, but I'm almost out now, and then we'll be together, right?
No, Mark. The jury saw that you were a lunatic. They put you in a mental institution. And if you ever do get out of here, you're gonna be alone.
What? Caitlin, what are you talking about?
I spoke to your family. What's left of them anyway. They weren't surprised. They gave up on you a long time ago. And I never wanted to see you again. I wanted a better life. An honest one, if you can imagine. For me and for my child.
Your what?
When you rushed off last time I saw you, I tried to tell you, but you had something important you had to handle. Couldn't be bothered with it.
You were pregnant.
You're never gonna see your son. He's never gonna turn out like you. Goodbye, Mark.
I'm just a computer nerd. Any use any criminal had for me is long over. I assisted in setting up a communications network, that's all.
Who else did Nightmare have association with? Who did he make contact with?
We've been over this again and again! Nightmare used me as a pawn. He never let me know what was going on. Plans were all in his head. He didn't keep me in any kind of loop.
Fine. But this won't go unnoticed. Your lack of cooperation, it's only helping the problem this country's working to contain.
Obviously, the federal agents weren't too much of a problem. My network of influence is vast. How did you imagine that you only served 5 years in a medium security mental institution? This brotherhood looks out for each other. Our bonds cannot be broken. You killed the Bluestreak, which has had a certain positive impact on my business activities. And as far as your commitment to our family by staying tight-lipped, that kind of loyalty is something I don't take lightly. I want to invite you into our inner circle.
The walls of this hospital have doors with locks and keys. These have been placed here for your protection. A well-composed building designed to aid you in your discovery process. Now, as you think about the barriers in your mind, each of these barriers have keys. And as we learn to forgive and understand, we gain access to the doors of each of these barriers of our mind. And when you throw open the last of these doors, you walk out into the world free. Free from any anchors to your potential. Mark, you've been with us for some time now, and you'll be leaving us soon. When you go out that door, what do you want to do?
I want to be a part of my family.
In conclusion, as listed in my psychological analysis of Mark Caiman over the last 5 years, I stand behind the decision to endorse his release. Mark suffers from a mild form of Asperger's syndrome, which went undetected in his youth. This led to his obsessive nature with technology. Due to these talents and the lack of emotional support from his family, he caught the attention of and was manipulated by the criminal known as Nightmare. Mark's use to this criminal has passed. In addition to the embarrassment inflicted upon Mr. Caiman, he has severed all emotional ties with this Nightmare.
These 4 buildings All hold vantage points to the main target, here. Just like the last op, we need to create a smoke screen. I'm going to need you to make one of your special viruses, okay? Now we're going to enter the computer and television systems of these 4 buildings. We're going to broadcast a message that the building has been attacked with a biological agent. Panic will sweep through these buildings. It will cause all of law enforcement to focus on the evacuation of these structures. We're going to be entering this 5th building, and we're going to take the documents and plans that Augmented Aeronautics have stored on the 17th floor. 2 days before the op, I want you and Gothic Cowboy to go down and mangle the asses of the guards that would be on duty for Augmented Aeronautics.
What's the deal with your plans always involving sodomy?
You have to get inside the head of your enemy. A man is never going to admit to being raped, especially if he's employed as a protector. He fears possible humiliation, so he'll go about his life as usual. Then when we come in and break down the house, these bitches who are supposed to bust in and stop us, instead, they'll be pissing themselves in the corner, afraid that they're going to get penetrated again. But the real beauty is when the investigation happens after. Their shame will come to light, and they'll get in trouble for withholding information. Psychological warfare is what this whole struggle is about. Hey, Mark. Can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, sure.
While Gothic Cowboy and Fireflame are taking care of the guards, I need you to go to the homes of the 2 main IT gurus for the target. Get whatever necessary info that you need to take over their systems and introduce that virus.
What about the 4 buildings?
We already have that information, and the employees are on a retainer until the release of their families.
You kidnapped their families?
As far as these guys know, yes, we did. And they're going to play nice so that they can get them back. But really, their families are already in bathtubs of acid spread all around the city. When that gets out, it's going to cause a panic. No one will want to be contracted security in this city for some time. Baby steps. And when you get the information that you need, get rid of them. Make sure their bodies don't appear until after the op. And make sure that the bodies look like they were mauled by a madman. It shouldn't be too hard for the guy who killed the Bluestreak. Right, Maniac?